All right, welcome to Mindset Mondays. Celina here. I'm excited to share with you something that I've been working on, not only for myself, but just as something that I really want to focus on and bring to my team and the people that that I help with my coaching. And when we talk about mindset, right, and getting to the place that we want to be in our business, in life, to that point of success, I always feel like there's a huge disconnect between knowing where we want to go and actually doing it. So this is what I come across when I help people with their weight and their diet, right? And even when I first started, I struggled. I mean, I'm a health and nutrition coach, and I know, and when I talk to people, they tell me, I know what to eat, I know what to do to exercise, you know, all of these things, but why don't we just do it, right? So knowledge and doing are very different, very different. And that's because they involve different parts of the brain and different types of skills. So knowledge is mental, where action is physical. You know something, it's a mental processing, it's an understanding, but when you're doing something, this involves actions and behaviors. So as you can see, two different things, like right and left brain type of things. Knowing is passive, doing is active. Knowing requires very little effort, while doing something actually requires active effort and engagement. Knowledge is information, action is application. So you can know something, you can understand something, but if you don't apply it and know it in a practical way, then you can have tons of knowledge and all of the information that you need, but struggle to apply it in real world situations. And as you're joining, if you can just mute yourself, I'd appreciate it. Knowledge is the start where action is progress. So knowing something, yes, is the first step towards achieving your goal, but it's only through taking action that we actually make progress to those goals. So while knowledge is important and is the first step to achieving our goals, you can see that taking action is what we actually need to do to make progress and achieve those. So why do so many people struggle to take action towards their goals? So there's a very distinct, in my brain, very distinct and clear progress from taking action to success. But a lot of the obstacles that get in the way, I'm sure, are things that you can relate to. So as I go through this, just kind of think to yourself, like, which one do you kind of associate with on a regular basis when talking about taking action toward your goals? Do you have a fear of failure, maybe a fear of success, a fear of the unknown, fear of what others might be thinking about you? Because fear can be very paralyzing. Maybe it's a lack of confidence. If we lack confidence in ourselves, in our abilities, then we will completely 100% hesitate to take any action. We'll doubt ourselves and we'll feel like we're not ready or qualified to actually go after those goals. Then there's procrastination. And I'm guilty of this 100%. I put off taking action because I feel overwhelmed or I'm not sure what to do or where to start. So you prioritize other things over taking the action that you know that's going to move you closer to your goals. And then there's perfectionists. And perfectionism can be another obstacle. And really that's what it is, because you feel like you need to know everything before you actually start to take action. And then there's lack of clarity. If we're not clear on our goals or the steps to take, then we will struggle to even know where to begin. So what can we do to take action that brings us closer to success? So that clear line to success that I was talking about has to do with accountability, consistency, confidence, and then lastly, action. So between the knowledge and action, there are all of those things that can in between that we need to have in place in order to get to our goals. So accountability is a huge, crucial role in shaping our mindset because it helps us be responsible. It helps us hold ourselves accountable for our behaviors and our outcomes. And when we shift from that passive or knowledge-based mindset to an active action-taking mindset, instead of feeling like victims of your circumstance or surroundings, you can become empowered to know that you are responsible for your destiny, for creating that future, that vision, so that you can make those changes. So also with this, with accountability, it's an important shift to achieving our goals, but it's also helpful to those around you, your team, everyone else. And when you start being accountable, then that leads to consistency, and consistency is 100% totally connected to us achieving our goals. Accountability is important in consistency because it'll help you stay committed to achieving those goals. It provides you with motivation because knowing that you are accountable to someone else, to your team, maybe you just hook up with another team member here. It is the drive, the motivation to stay consistent because someone else is counting on you. And it also increases self-awareness. Being accountable to ourselves and to others helps us identify where we need to improve and adjust our behavior. And this is a very powerful tool when it comes to personal growth and development. And then it builds trust. It builds trust in ourselves. It builds trust with others, and that leads to credibility. And that is very, very crucial when it comes to being consistent, because that will help you stay consistent over time, ultimately leading to your goals. Now, if you know anything about me and consistency with habits, then you know that we've talked about this before. Consistency obviously is a very powerful tool in building habits, but it also breeds confidence because it demonstrates to ourselves that that momentum towards achieving them and holding yourself accountable consistently will lead to confidence because you're keeping those promises to yourself. So when you're consistent in your actions, you're developing that sense of reliability and trustworthiness to yourself and others, boosting your confidence and your self-esteem. That consistency, building confidence, I think you can all agree that when we feel confident in something, that we are going to actually be motivated to take those steps to do it. We all talk about getting out of our comfort zone, but part of getting out of that comfort zone is having the confidence to do that. So when we are confident, we're more likely to take risks and step out of our comfort zone to pursue our goals. So it helps us overcome those challenges. And ultimately, that consistency and confidence builds momentum that we need to achieve our goals. So in reducing the fear and improve our decision making, confidence also builds that trust so that we're more likely to, like I said, step out of our comfort zone and create a positive feedback loop. And that actually reinforces the actions that we know we need to take. And it's that momentum where we've talked about this before, and like the snowball effect, where you take that first step and it's, it seems difficult and scary, but as you do it over time, it builds and builds and builds. And that creates a positive feedback loop for us so that we can more consistently take those actions again and again. And then next thing you know, you are super confident in your ability to overcome whatever obstacles come in your way to achieve your goal. And this is all great, but if you aren't taking those steps, those actions that you need to to achieve your goal and your success, then it's kind of all for naught. Taking the actionable steps in a plan that you have put together, either with your coach, your team leader, somebody on, somebody close to you that you trust, somebody that you've built an accountability partnership with, so that you have a clear plan, because confidence without clarity doesn't really get you anywhere. You need to have a clear plan so that you know what action steps to take. But that can ultimately and will ultimately lead you to success. It depends on how consistent you are, the amount of momentum that you create, and how long it will take you to achieve your goals. But taking consistent action will ultimately create the momentum. And that momentum will propel you forward faster. Now, taking action is one thing, but taking account of what is working and what is not working is also super important, to get the feedback so that you can not only see your progress, but also refine your action plan to either change or eliminate things that aren't working. It'll also demonstrate commitment, not only again to yourself and your accountability partner, but to your audience, to those people that are either going to be the ones to purchase from you, that you're going to be working with, your network. It's going to show that you are committed to achieving your goals, and that is going to create momentum like within your audience, so that more people, you're going to attract more and more and more, and then we've got that cool snowball effect. And that is really what will lead to results even faster. So when we talk about success, there's a lot of factors that are involved, but I really truly believe that the first step is to find someone to help you be accountable, to help you get over the fear, to help you show up, to help you have more confidence, so that you are consistently showing up. Because as you can see, it is that consistency in building those habits that take you out of your comfort zone, that build confidence over and over and over again, is going to lead to success. Not only will it definitely lead to success, but it'll bring you there faster than you might have not thought possible. So I want to plug not only our team and all of the accountability partners that we have available to you, our different ways to plug into the team, whether it's a one-on-one, whether it's a work with me, but we have a book club that we are all we're very excited to go into the next, I think we're starting on the 15th this month. We're going to do it in 6 weeks, 6-week intervals. We're going to go back through the Consistency Pill by Simon Chan. And this really gives you all of the tools, most of which I covered today, on how to be consistent and how to consistently show up and overcome those fears. He talks about the 3 C's in why people buy from you. People buy your 3 C's, your change, your commitment, and your consistency. So you can bring other people with you on your journey, and that is your audience, your network. I personally feel like we probably all together as a team kind of had like this disruption that has taken place, whether it was in the beginning of last month or the end of last month, or maybe it was just the excitement with everything else going on. And that's okay, that's normal for there to be a disrupt, but we are in the position with the first day of May, new month, new goals, is to just kind of wipe the slate clean and get back to these basics, which again, the first place to start is your accountability. That will bring consistency, will give you confidence to take action and ultimately lead to whatever it is your success. And if you need help in identifying that and creating that plan for that vision, then reach out to myself or one of the other leaders on the team. We'd be happy to help you with that. I know that we went through at the end of last year a 4-part series in planning your vision for success. We used what I put together in my book, the Plan Your Success Manifestation Journal. It's a 90-day journal, but those 4-part series will actually help you create your vision. But if you want to dive like very specifically deep into your business and do that framework around where you want to be at the end of either this month or, you know, in 60 days, then reach out to myself or one of your leaders and we can help you do that. Does anybody have any questions or they want to dive into any part of this a little bit deeper? I'd be happy to. I know I talk fast and just kind of like spewed it all out.
Hello, me as usual with the questions. I just wanted everybody to raise their hand. If you've not got your camera on, pop it in the chat. I want to know who's got an accountability partner, because I know I've got 2. So I want to know if you've got one. And if you haven't got one, discuss it with each other and join together. It's really important to have that. Like, I have Celina as mine, who always kicks my butt, and I now have Hope as my new accountability partner because I can kick hers. I
probably in doing I'm trying to get better at doing speaking. So if I can just share a quick story as to why this is important, and I meant to, I just totally glazed over it in knowing and doing why they're so different. So I am a health and nutrition coach, as you all know, right? Worked in hospital healthcare for 20 years. I have plenty of certifications. I've got all kinds of knowledge. However, when I decided that I was going to take my fitness to the next level, I hired a coach to help me get there. Now, did I learn some new things from him? Yes, I did. But when I went to compete and go on national stages and do that whole, that whole thing, I hired a coach because I needed somebody else basically to hold me accountable and tell me what to do. And when I got to, and this is like, I really screwed up this presentation because it would have made a lot more sense in the beginning. When I started that, it was a 9-month process to get to the point of being stage ready, right? I did the exercises that he told me to. I made my meals. Now, again, fitness and nutrition coach, like, I didn't need to pay somebody to tell me that, though there were some things in the gym I didn't know. But I did it, and I got to the point where I was stage ready. Did all of the things. Then when I got there, if you've ever heard me tell this story before, I was defeated before I even got on stage. I looked around and I was like, what the hell am I doing here with all of these 20-some-odd-year-old girls that are beautiful? I was in my late 30s. Like, what am I doing here? I was defeated before I even got on stage to do my thing. I came in last place. Last place. Hundreds of girls there was last. I had no confidence. And that was before I got on stage, before I even got in front of anyone. No confidence. So I had the accountability, I had the consistency, I did not have the confidence. When I left that and shifted my mindset, and then 6 weeks later went back to another show, again, my workout and my meals were consistent and they didn't really change. I was able to go out there and take confident action, and it changed my whole demeanor, and it changed my whole present, like the 3-minute little presentation thing that you do, like when you're a bodybuilder, you do the thing, like this thing, But I got first place. Okay. I was confident in taking that action 6 weeks later, even though I was doing the same things, because I had a mindset shift. And it was a conversation that I had with my husband, with my coach. And I made the decision at that point that I was going to overcome those fears. But when you make that shift, and like, I mean, I knew going into it that I had to have a coach to help me get there, because I'd never done it before. So if you're looking for an accountability coach, look for somebody that has done what you're trying to do. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be your upline. It can be a sideline. It can be whoever on the team, but somebody that you admire, you look up to, or like, then they don't have to have it's not about rank, but what are they doing that they can help you with that you're not doing? You know what I mean? So yeah, that was what the story I meant to tell in the beginning, like why all of this is, it's all connected. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect sense. But yeah, if you haven't got an accountability partner, then do what Celina said. Like, it's not about rank. Or me and Hope, for instance, we're not in the same downline. We're side sisters. It's not in the same. She's under Celina at some point, or directly under Celina. I'm under Loz or an Ange. Like, completely different. But it's getting together with somebody that you can work with, somebody that you resonate with. Do that. There's enough of us in the team. We did this last year, right? Where we all got an accountability partner and we all did that challenge where we worked together. Do that. And at the same side, it doesn't have to be like one person. You can have multiple accountability partners that you work in different ways with you. So if you haven't got one, that's my suggestion, is go and make that your first port of call, like to get one and work together. That's all I've got to say.
And then the other one is to be in the book club and join us starting the 15th. So we are going to work through the workbook this time and hold everyone accountable to actually get through the workbook. And come use either one of the tools that are in the team. If you attended the series and the training, I sent you the PDF of the book. Write out the plan. Again, a plan, confidence without clarity isn't going to get you anywhere. You need to have a clear plan. Now we've been talking about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's tons of information in the group about DMOs. Like, figure out what's going to work for you that you can do consistently over the next 30 days. But just know, in order to make a habit, it takes an average of 66 days. The reason why most people don't reach their diet goals, their exercise goals, all those types of very physical goals, is because they don't do it consistently long enough. It literally took me 9 months of very, very strict training and exercise and meal prepping to get to the point to even be in the position to get on stage. And that was not coming from a place where, I needed to lose 80 pounds or something crazy like that. It wasn't like on The Biggest Loser. I'm just saying it takes time. You have to give yourself time in order to create that habit. So, we do the 90-day runs. It seems to be a little bit long for people. What can you do consistently for the next 30 days?
Who wants to be my accountability partner? Who wants to be my accountability partner? Okay, Mandy, Jennifer, we can do it together. All right. Get together with my girls. We can do this.
Yeah, I'll be accountability partners with anybody. But I'm not, I'm not, what would you say? What's the word I'm looking for?
You don't
I'm
bite?
not gonna say mean, but like, I'm like a, like no kind of shit kind of person. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we're gonna do this thing and we're gonna do this thing. Right?
I'm a
So if you
little
don't
bit
want that
softer.
kind of account.
I'm a little bit softer. That's why I need Celina, because she kicks my butt, but I'm a little bit softer than that.
So it's all about what you need. So hit me up. I hope this was helpful for you. You need me? Okay, I'm here. And yeah, just let us know. Maybe create a little chat, just start a little chat group. Sounds good. Sounds good. I appreciate y'all for taking time to come on here on a Monday. That means that you are definitely committed to growing yourself and your business. So congratulations. And what's next? We've got the call at 1 o'clock or 12 Central. This is Jason is going to probably at the end of the call, because that's how he rolls, is going to talk about the new bonuses. There is an extension to the bonuses. We don't know what it's going to look like, but it's something. So get excited, because this, at least we're getting it on the 1st of the month and not like the end of the month like we did in January. So I'm happy for that. But yeah, if you all thought bonus season was over, you're wrong. We're not done yet. And Talita, did you say you're going to stream that into the group for the UK people? I can't believe you have a new puppy. You're crazy.
Yes,